Now students, next we will discuss about the effect of the human's activity over the ecosystem. So we will take some example like the common example grass, deer, lion. One more example we will take of the food chain like the grass or plants, then insects, frog, birds. Okay, so what happens that if any of these organisms, they will get they will get removed from the food chain, then the ecosystem, it will be imbalanced. The ecosystem will be imbalanced. Okay, now we will take one example of this. If suppose the lions, they will be killed by the hunting, then what will happen? Then no one will be there to check on the population of the deer, and their number, that will get increased. The number of the deer population, it will get increased. Okay, and then they will feed over the grass, means the overgrazing will be there. Then overgrazing will be there, and then the population of the grass, means the producers, it will also affect. Okay, so the total ecosystem, it will be imbalanced if suppose one of the organism, it will be removed from the food chain. Okay, similarly here also, if suppose we will take this example grass, insects, frog and birds, if any of the organism, it will be removed or get eliminated from the food chain, then the whole chain or the ecosystem, it will be imbalanced. Okay, now next we will discuss about the transfer of energy. Transfer of energy means transfer of energy in a food chain. Transfer of energy in a food chain. Now, how does a transfer of energy, it will takes place in a food chain? First is energy is not created. Energy is not created, but it transfer from one form to another. But it transforms from one form to another. Now, what is the meaning of this sentence? That energy is not created means energy, it is not created, but it may transfer from the one form to the another form. Like for example, the plants in a food chain. Okay, so what they will do? The plants, they take the sunlight energy and convert it into the chemical energy. They are taking the light energy and converting this light energy into the chemical energy. Now, next example or next feature is that energy, it is transferred continuously from one organism to another, from one organism to another organism. Okay, means that like the herbivores, they depend upon the plants for their food. Okay, so energy, it will transferred in the form of the food energy, it is transferred. And then the carnivores, they depend upon the herbivores, and in this manner the food energy, it will transfer from the one organism to the next organism, from the one trophic level to the next trophic level continuously. Okay, now third is that this energy, it is used, some of the energy, it is used it is used in the respiration process and other metabolic processes and other metabolic activities. Okay, it means that some of the energy, it is when the energy is transferred from the one organism to the next organism, then some of the energy it is utilized in the form of the respiration and metabolic processes, and some energy it is lost in the environment in the form of heat. So this is the fourth point, that some of the energy it is lost in the form of heat. Next is the transfer of energy in a food chain. It is unidirectional. It is unidirectional. Now what is unidirectional here? Means that when the energy it will transferred from one organism to the next organism and so on. Okay, so some energy it is utilizing in the respiration and the metabolic processes, and some energy it is lost in the form of heat. Okay, so the energy which will get lost in the form of heat, it will not return back in the food chain. So that's why the flow of energy that is unidirectional, because some of the energy it will get lost in the form of heat and it will not revert back. Now next we will discuss about the 10% rule. Rule. Now what is this 10% rule? It means that only the 10% of the energy it is transferred from the one organism to the next organism in a food chain. Means the 10% of energy it is transferred from the one trophic level to the next trophic level. Now let's discuss in detail. Like suppose this is a sun and the plants they are getting around 1000 joule of energy. Means the light energy, the plants they are receiving how much energy? 1000 joule of the light energy they are receiving. But you know that the plants they use only 1% of the sunlight energy. Okay, from the total it uses only 1% of energy for making the food by the process of photosynthesis. So if we will calculate 1% of this energy, then what will come? Yes, 1 by 100 into 1000. It means that 10 joule. The plants they receive only the 10 joule. They have only 10 joule of the sun's energy, and this 10 joule it will be transferred to the organism which depend upon the plants for their food. So like deer means any herbivore and animal which depend upon the plants, they will take this 10 joule. I have here taken only an example. If suppose that this much energy they are receiving, okay, so this energy it may be different, it depends upon the situation. So here I have taken only one situation, so according to that I am explaining. Okay, but the question may came in the different manner. This energy can be vary, so you have to calculate according to that. But always you have to calculate in case of plants 1%, and later on in the food chain you have to calculate as the 10%. Like for example, deer they depend upon the plants for their food, they are receiving only the 10 joule. But according to the 10% rule means that only the 10% of the energy it will be transferred from the one trophic level to the next trophic level. So deer they will receive only 10% of this 10 joule. So what will be the 10%? 10% means that 10 upon 100 into this value, that is 10 joule. So what will be the value here? It will become 1 joule only. Okay, so it means that deers, they have only 1 joule. And now deer, they will use some of this energy in the respiration and the metabolic activities, and rest of the energy, it will be it will be lost in the form of heat, and only 10% of energy it will be transferred to the lion. So what will be the 10% of this value? That is 10 by 100 into 1, then it will become 0.1 joule. Okay, so in this manner you have to calculate this. Now I will take one more example of the 10% rule, so that better understanding will be there of this topic. So students, like in this diagram, you can see here that the grass which are producers, so they have around 10,000 kilocalorie energy, and then 10%, according to the 10% rule, then the energy which will transfer to the next trophic level, means to the grasshopper, it is only 1000 Kelvin calorie, then to frog 100 Kelvin calorie only, and to snake 10 Kelvin calorie, and to the hawk it is only 1 Kelvin calorie. Means at each trophic level 10% energy it is transferred, and rest of the energy it will be lost in the form of the heat. Now next we will discuss that why the number of the organisms in a food chain it is limited, or you can say in a trophic level, the number of the organisms or the number of the levels, why they are so limited? Because as the energy it will pass from the one organism to the next organism, then the energy, when it will reach to the higher trophic level, then it will be very less, it will become very less. So that's why this is the reason that the number of the organisms in a food chain it is limited. Now next we will discuss about the biodegradable and the non biodegradable substances. Biodegradable and non biodegradable substances. Biodegradable substances are those substances which can be degraded by the action of the microorganisms. By the action of the microorganisms, degraded and converted into non-poisonous or harmless substances. But non-biodegradable substances are those which are not degraded by the action of the microorganisms, which are not degraded by the action of the microorganisms, and they are not converted into the they are not converted into harmless substances. Okay, so all of you know the examples, like in case of the biodegradable substances, what are the examples? Yes, like paper, cloth, vegetable peels, etc. And in case of non-biodegradable plastics, okay, DDT. So these are the examples.